I've lost the radar. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to sneak in here. We'll keep an eye on the sounder. When I get to about 5 metres, I'm just going to drop the pick. Well, we don't wear skimpy bikinis. Hell, it frightens me when I take my shirt off. There's definitely no one pregnant here. This is motor sailing for old dudes. We do live on a boat, and we do cruise extensively along the Australian coast. Join us and visit some great destinations. Learn how to look after a boat and live off grid. It might even get you enthused to do the same thing. Hey, stay out there till you can't. Okay, well the radar stopped working last night. I'm just wondering why, so I'm just going to pull the top off the Radome and see what's going on in there. I turned it on this morning, it's working again, but the scanner seems to be a little bit noisy, so I'll just pull this cover off, have a bit of a look, and maybe I can spray a bit of electronics lubricant in there and see what's going on. It's something that I don't know how to mess with, but it all seems dry anyway, so there shouldn't be too much wrong. I might just spray a little bit of spray in there, won't hurt. Okay, that's the stuff I use. It's electronical clean and lube. It's the only stuff you really want to spray on any electronics like this. Well, I took the top off the dome and sprayed it and had a good look. Everything looks fine up there. It's all rotating and that as it should. No belts broken or anything like that. So I don't think it's in the dome itself. I think it's more in the display. It's a pretty old radar, this old 1280. It's probably getting on towards 20 years old now. And I've got to make the decision, am I going to take this to a techie, someone that knows a bit more about them than what I do? Or am I going to replace the Radome? I've put new Raymarine multifunction displays on the boat about 6 months ago. I can just get a Radome and attach that to the multifunction displays. And I think that's what I'm going to do, because being an old radar, it's the technology's all old. With the new radar, I think I'll get a lot better target discrimination and things like that. So I think it's worth doing the upgrade. And I don't have to upgrade the multifunction displays, it'll just talk the ones I've already got on. So I think that's the way I'm going to do it, so I'll put in an order to Raymarine. So, big carton from Raymarine. A new radar scanner. That's a power cable, I think. And obviously an instruction booklet and a couple of other bits. So that's good. And the rest is just rubbish. Okay, well I've got to put a new Radome on because this old radar is playing up. So I've got a new Quantum dome to go up here. The first thing I've got to do is take this one off. So a couple of things I've got to do. I've got to take this dome off. Of course, the mounting holes are different than the Raymarine unit, so I've got to adapt that a bit. And I've got to trace a wire down into underneath the boat. So there's 2 wires I've got to trace down in there, and that could be a problem as well, but we'll find out as we go along. First thing I've got to do is get this dome off. You see where that cable has been joined. I'm thinking maybe that might be where the problem might have been, but I can have a look at that. But I've got to really pull it from this end, so I think I'm going to have to pull a mouse through and take that bigger cable out of there. This is the cable that's coming through now. I think I'm going to have to pull that out and run a mouse through that I can pull this cable through, and that's going to be the big problem, getting these connectors through, and I really don't want to cut that one. I've got to get that one and the power cable through as well. Okay, so I've got a mouse line on there. Righto, keep going. The old okay, so I've got a data cable and power cable. The power cable end's got to be left up here, and one of the data cable, they're both the same, the data cable ends. But the other end of the power cable is just 2 positive and negative wires. So that's going to trace through easy. What I'm going to do is try and tie this to the mouse and then tie that to there and try and pull the whole lot through together. I think that's feasible, but we'll have to see how it goes, eh? Okay, just pull it slowly. Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, got it. Got it. Okay. All right. Hang on. A bit more. Yeah.
Righto, keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, the next thing is to mount this little sucker. So, I've got this bit of flat. So a bit bigger footprint than the Faruno one had, so I think we're going to have to put this up here, mount it, and then re-drill the footprint for the Raymarine. Okay, I've got the template taped onto my bit of plastic that I'm going to use for an adapter, and now I'm just going to drill some pilot holes. Well, there's the adapter plate, all done. Okay, so our adapter plate's on, all bolted down to the tower. Now this has got to go on the right way, that way. But before I bolt that down, I've got some connections to do at the back. So power lead into there and lock it off, and then a data lead goes up in here. Got to find which way they go. It's in. Done up tight. And these cords just run down here, I think. Both on one side, by the look of it. Here, and we'll pick up our screws from underneath, I hope. So the new Radome's on and wide. I'm just going to put a little bit of loom wrap over it so it doesn't deteriorate in the sun. And we'll go and connect it up. Let's the Radome up. And it's been a pretty spectacular place to be doing this work in today, that's for sure. Wired up a hot wire back to the circuit breaker for the radar, so that's got that live. It will be when I turn the breaker on. These wires have got to come out, they're the old radar, so that's got to come out when I pull it off the headliner here. And all I've got to do now is plug the data cable in. I think I'm right. Once I had the Radome connected to the Raymarine system, it's a matter of pressing the radar icon. That'll open up the radar. Initially, it'll ask for a code to connect the Radome to the MFD. This is supplied with the system. So I've already put that code in. And now when we press that radar icon, we press the on button. The MFD has now found the Radome, and it comes up in standby mode, so we have to press transmit to get the radar working. For nighttime use, I would probably set the main display up in chart plotter mode and then use the smaller display as a radar screen. I'm still getting depth information through the network, but I don't have the actual bottom sounding on the smaller screen now. Or I could run the smaller screen in split mode with the echo sounder and the radar on the one screen. Well, this will give you a bit of an idea of the discrimination you get with this quantum radar. So here's the shoreline around Pearl Bay where we are at the moment. There's a target there and there's a target there. They're virtually right behind each other on our line of sight. So it's giving really good discrimination. It's picking up this target and picking up the one behind it. So really excellent discrimination of targets with the quantum radar. You can adjust the range with the plus and minus buttons down the bottom. So if I press plus, it takes us in a bit closer, and we can come down to, I think it's 0.25 of a nautical mile, even less. Okay, so that's 116 metres. That's in pretty close. We go out a little bit. You can see one target out there, and if we go out a little bit further, there's the two targets beside our boat, and they're virtually in line from one another. So really good discrimination on this radar. I love it. It's going to be a great tool for travelling at night especially, but probably for other times as well. So all in all, extremely happy with this radar. The Quantum Radome talks to these multifunction displays. Really easy to set up. I set it up in 5 minutes. Pretty intuitive, and the target definition is fantastic. Like compared to the old radar unit I had on here, it's really chalk and cheese. You wouldn't have seen anything like that. And of course, this radar is all colour, whereas the old one was monochrome. LCD display. Yeah, it's definitely a fantastic upgrade, and this will make it a lot better travelling at night. And apparently, I've talked to the rep, these radars don't even use a magnetron that the old radars used to use, so you can run them all the time. So it'll be another tool in the toolkit of making navigation safer. Well done, Raymarine. Good to have the new Quantum Radome on the boat.